इस साल का जो प्रॉफिट है इंटरेस्ट पे डाल देंगे। हर महीने ब्याज का पैसा आता रहेगा।
अगर रेगुलर इनकम ही चाहिए तो आप वो पैसे फिक्स्ड इनकम फंड्स में डाल दो।
वो क्या होता है?
फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स चुने हुए ब्याज देने वाली कंपनी बॉन्ड्स, गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स और मनी मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं। सिस्टमैटिक विथड्रॉल प्लान से आपको ऑन द डॉट फिक्स्ड अमाउंट भी आता रहेगा।
म्यूचुअल फंड में फिक्स्ड इनकम वाली बात सही है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
Welcome back, viewers. We are back with the big story that we're tracking from Karnataka right now. 6 gelatin sticks have been found along with some detonators in a carry bag, in a plastic bag outside the toilet, around the toilet, at the Kalasipalya BMTC bus stand. The FIR yet to be registered as per the police, but exclusive visuals of Republic TV of the same. You can see the dog squad, bomb disposal squad, all over there. In the investigation, gelatin sticks have been recovered. There's no information as to the origin of the explosives or whether any suspects have been identified, because the investigation is underway. But it's a timely intervention, timely action by the ATS and the Bengaluru police, and we'll try and get more updates on that. It was a big story that Republic TV is tracking for you. And with that, we will take a quick look, a quick roundup of stories from across the country. Bharat in a minute.
Bharat 1 Minute brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
The Supreme Court will form a special bench to hear Justice Yashwant Verma's challenge against a panel that indicted him after a large cash recovery at his home. Senior advocate Kapil Sibal, appearing for Justice Verma, sought an urgent hearing of the matter. Justice Verma denies wrongdoing and calls the case a conspiracy. In the Ajit Kumar custodial death case, a doctor from Tirupuvan Government Hospital was today summoned by the CBI in Madurai for questioning as the central agency intensifies its probe. Early on Tuesday, the Madras High Court ordered the Tamil Nadu government to pay 25 lakh rupees as interim compensation to Ajit's family. The Ministry of Home Affairs will move out of Delhi's iconic North Block as part of the Central Vista revamp. It will shift to a new common central secretariat building with over 300 rooms allocated. Once vacated, North and South blocks will be converted into national museums under the Yuge Yugin Bharat project. All right, we'll on the other side share more details on Dhankar's resignation. He reportedly visited President's house on 21st of July unannounced to submit his resignation. And more technical snags have been reported on multiple flights for third consecutive day. Meanwhile, Air India CEO has been summoned to the Ministry of Civil Aviation. This evening, he will be presenting a report on the maintenance of the aircraft.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
सिप सिप जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल्दी और जीरा सिप MDH का जल्दी और जीरा सिप।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल। ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े। क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello, welcome back. The Jagdeep Dhankar resignation is turning into a political potboiler. It seems that the former Vice President was hobnobbing rather too much with the opposition, and that perhaps led to his exit from the chair. That's going to be our focus, as also a breaking news development coming in. Headlines first. Explosives recovered at a crowded bus stand in Bengaluru. Anti-terrorist squad at this spot. Gujarat ATS has arrested 4 people associated with Al-Qaeda. Interrogation underway. Government sources say it cannot respond on behalf of Election Commission, hence no debate on the SIR issue. Lok Sabha Speaker meeting Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman Harivansh at Parliament. 4th aviation incident, another Air India flight faces technical snags. Air India CEO and the DGCA DG call for meeting by Civil Aviation Ministry. Mintra booked for forex violation by ED. Company issues a statement, says committed to upholding law of the land. All right, let's begin this 5 p.m. live and breaking with the breaking news development coming in from Karnataka and Bengaluru, in fact, where 6 gelatin sticks, some detonators, have been found in a carry bag outside the toilet which was inside the Kalasipalya BMTC bus stand. FIR is yet to be registered, but the anti-terror squad of Karnataka police has reached the spot, the public bus stand from where all this material has been found, explosives, gelatin sticks. Now, whether these are gelatin sticks meant for mining and agricultural purposes, remember they are used in that sector, or whether this is part of a larger design conspiracy, terror act, violence, that's something which, of course, the investigators would need to look into. I am told Smita is joining us. We have, in fact, a soundbite coming in from the police. Let's listen to it.
पब्लिक चालू था, वो बहुत टाइम तक इधर पड़ा था, लास्ट में कोई लेके नहीं गया तो फिर उधर कंप्लेन करके ये दिया, तो वो लोग आए तो इधर ही चेक किए, फिर चेक करके तो वापस वो लोग गए।
तुम देखा क्या है अंदर?
हाँ, मैं इधर था, जब आए थे वो लोग मेरे सामने में लेके इधर से, मैं था यहीं पे देख रहा था।
वो क्या है अंदर?
हाँ, कुछ वायर के जैसा था, क्या वो नाम नहीं मालूम मुझे। अच्छा। और पैकेट था इतना लंबा लंबा।
All right, that was in fact an eyewitness account and not police. We'll get to police in a bit, but before that, Deepak joins us live from our Kannada channel, our sister channel, Republic Kannada. Deepak, can you tell us what exactly has happened? Are these explosives connected with some terror module, because the anti-terror squad has got involved? What's the situation on the ground that you can share?
यस अभिषेक, आज दोपहर 2 बजे बेंगलुरु का कलासीपाड़े बस स्टैंड पे एक बैग ने रखा था। आप देख रहे हो यही टॉयलेट के पास एक आदमी है ना, एक आदमी ने एक बैग को इधर रख कर चला था, और एक बैग में उसी बैग में एक डिटोनर्स और जिलेटिन का सामान मिले थे। और इसी वक्त पे ठीक इस बस स्टैंड का स्टाफ ने पुलिस को इन्फॉर्मेशन भी किया था, और बाद में डीसीपी गिरीश ने भी घटनास्थल को आया और परिशीलन भी किया, और पूरे के पूरा एक बस स्टैंड का पूरा सीसीटीवी भी चेक कर रहा है। वो अपरिचित एक इंसान ने आया था और बैग ने उसको उन्होंने छोड़ कर गए थे, और इसी केस पर एक अभी खबर भी आ रहा है, एक इंसान ने आया था कि उसके साथ 2 बैग था, और सेपरेट 2 बैग पे एक बैग में जिलेटिन भी थे। मैं बातचीत करने का प्रयास करूंगा। एक आदमी था, 2 बजे ये घटना हुआ था, सब उसी समय क्या हुआ था और कितने आदमी थे?
मैं इधर में काम करा रहा था, हाउस कीपिंग का भी काम चलता ना मेरा, तो मैं इधर काम करा रहा था थोड़ा क्लीनिंग का, तो मैं इधर से उधर थोड़ा गया, इधर में एक सामान रख करके टॉयलेट गया। कोई टॉयलेट जाने के बाद जब मैं उधर से आया तो इधर में एक बैग रखा हुआ था, थैली, तो इधर रखा हुआ था, मैं उठा करके उधर रख दिया यहाँ, और रखने के बाद जो है जब वो थोड़ा ज्यादा देर हो गया तो मैं
बैग ओपन कौन किया?
वो पुलिस किया जी, वो बीएमटीसी का गार्ड जो है ना, गार्ड साहब लोग किए।
All right, that's another eyewitness account, in fact, from Kalasipalya police station area, and this is a local bus stand. And I think we fixed the audio there. We can go back to Deepak now. Deepak, आप पुलिस वहाँ पे कुछ बताई है अभी तक आपको? पुलिस ने कुछ बताया है आपको कि क्या उनका प्रिलिमिनरी अंदाजा है इन्वेस्टिगेशन में?
यस अभिषेक, अभी एक खबर भी आ रहा है कि डीसीपी गिरीश ने बताया गया है, एक एफआईआर भी दर्ज किए है, और इसी स्थल पे एक बैग भी उन्होंने छोड़ कर गए थे, और उस बैग पे डिटोनर्स और जिलेटिन का एक सामान भी मिले थे, और इसके बारे में इन्वेस्टिगेशन जारी हो रहे हैं। और कलासीपाड़े का स्टाफ ने बताया गया है कि एक इंसान, अपरिचित इंसान ने बैग छोड़कर गए थे और उसी समय ये स्टाफ ने, टॉयलेट का साफ करने का स्टाफ ने उस बैग को देखा गया था और इन्वेस्टिगेशन जारी है। पूरे के पूरे 2 किलोमीटर का CCTV फुटेजेस और टावर डंप लोकेशन भी ट्रेस किया गया है और डीसीपी गिरीश ने बताया गया है कि एक FIR भी हमने किया है और उन्होंने, एक इंसान ने इधर आया था और बैग छोड़कर भी उन्होंने गए थे, उसके लिए तलाश भी हो रहा है और इन्वेस्टिगेशन जारी है। अभिषेक,
आपने बताया अरविंद के वहां पे एक FIR हो गई है रजिस्टर, यानी कि पुलिस को लग रहा है कि ये क्राइम है, क्रिमिनल इन्वेस्टिगेशन करना पड़ेगा, इसलिए FIR हुआ है। और जो अनआइडेंटिफाइड व्यक्ति था, CCTV फुटेज देख के कुछ आइडिया मिला है उसके बारे में? I think we lost the line there with Arvind, not Deepak. Arvind is reporting live from the spot in Bengaluru from where these explosives, this explosive material has been found. This includes those ropes, it includes those gelatin sticks and other material. And we'll try and connect again with Arvind if we can. These gelatin sticks have been seized by the cops and investigation has begun. We were getting those pictures earlier of the police there, including the anti-terror squad of Karnataka police cordoning the area and carrying out search and seizure operations. And in fact, they have identified that there was a man who left these or left this material at this specific place, at this police station, which is, I beg your pardon, the bus stand, which is the Kalasipalya bus stand in the city. And a probe is going on. In fact, preliminary investigation suggests that this might actually be connected with terror activity. And we have more eyewitness accounts, if we can play them.
वो पब्लिक चालू था, वो बहुत टाइम तक इधर पड़ा था, लास्ट में कोई लेके नहीं गया तो फिर उधर कंप्लेन करके ये दिया, तो वो लोग आए तो इधर ही चेक किए, फिर चेक करके तो वापस दिया।
तुम देखा क्या है अंदर?
हाँ, मैं इधर था, अभी आए थे वो लोग मेरे सामने में लेके इधर से, मैं था यहीं पे देख रहा था।
वो क्या है अंदर?
हाँ, कुछ वायर के जैसा था, क्या वो नाम नहीं मालूम मुझे। अच्छा। और पैकेट था इतना लंबा लंबा।
All right, Arvind is back with us. Arvind, जब वो लाइन डिस्कनेक्ट हुआ, मैं आपसे पूछ रहा था कि CCTV फुटेज से पुलिस को कुछ जानकारी मिली है? पुलिस, have they looked at the CCTV cameras of the bus stand and found something about this suspicious man who left this bag there?
अभिषेक, एक खबर आ रहा है कि पिछले 2 दिन से CM का एक प्रोग्राम भी यहाँ थे। इस कलासीपाड़ा बस स्टैंड का नाम चेंज करने के एक प्रोग्राम थे और उसके नाम भी दोड्डन शेट्टी नाम का एक नाम बदलाव करने का एक प्रयास था। इसी 2 दिन का वो CM का प्रोग्राम पे सिक्योरिटी भी टाइट किए थे और पुलिस ने भी आए थे और पूरा का पूरा सिक्योरिटी चेक उन्होंने कर रहा था। उसी समय एक आदमी ने आया था और इधर ही आप देख रहे हो, एक लोकेशन देख रहे हो आप, जेंट्स का एक टॉयलेट है ना, कलासीपाड़ा बस स्टैंड का टॉयलेट, और एक आदमी को भी आप देख रहे हो। इन्होंने एक स्टाफ का काम करता है इधर और उन्होंने इधर एक बैग भी देखा और एक आदमी उन्होंने छोड़कर चला था और पुलिस को देखकर उन्होंने छोड़कर उधर चला था। और इसी के खबर में एक खबर भी आ रहा है कि CCTV फुटेज से वो आदमी का जांच कर रहा है पुलिस ने, एक FIR भी दर्ज किए। CM के प्रोग्राम भी 2 दिन के बीच में थे और इस बस स्टैंड का नाम भी चेंज करना चाहते थे और इसी से हमको एक खबर आ रहा है कि एक आदमी ने आया था और कुछ अगला प्रोग्राम पे अगला एक बम स्फोट का उसको एक आइडिया था कि
अरविंद, ये आप बहुत बड़ी जानकारी दे रहे हैं। इट्स अ बिग ब्रेकिंग न्यूज इन फैक्ट दैट दिस इज द सेम प्लेस वेयर in a couple of days the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah, was scheduled to come is scheduled to come. In fact, this is exactly the spot where there is a program 2 days later where Chief Minister is going to inaugurate a refurbished, redone and renamed Kalasipalya bus stop. In fact, this makes it a bigger story that the gelatin sticks and the explosive material has been found from a place where Chief Minister is all set to come or was to come in the next 2 days. अरविंद बताएं जरा जानकारी दें कि क्या पुलिस इन दोनों इवेंट्स को जोड़ रही है, ये जो एक्सप्लोसिव मिला है अभी और जो 2 दिन बाद चीफ मिनिस्टर को आना है, और क्या वो प्रोग्राम अभी होने वाला है या उसको कैंसिल होने के बात हो रही है?
नहीं, एक डीसीपी गिरीश ने इधर इस स्थल पे उन्होंने आया था और इन्वेस्टिगेशन भी जारी रखी है और 2 दिन के बाद में एक प्रोग्राम भी यहाँ थे। कलासीपाಳ್ಯ बस स्टैंड का नाम ने बदलाव करने का एक प्रयास भी हो रहा था, इसीलिए सिक्योरिटी भी टाइट किए थे पुलिस लोगों ने। कलासीपाಳ್ಯ पुलिस स्टेशन का स्टाफ भी इधर एक सिक्योरिटी भी टाइट किए थे, मगर एक आदमी ने आया था और एक बैग भी उसके साथ लेकर आया था। उस बैग में जिलेटिन स्टिक्स और डिटोनेटर्स भी वहां थे और उन्होंने पुलिस को देखकर उन्होंने भागा था और उन्होंने चला गया था। और उसका सीसीटीवी फुटेज भी अभी पुलिस ने बताया कि सीसीटीवी फुटेज में उन्होंने वो आदमी को देखा है और उसका टेस्ट भी कर रहा है। दिन के बाद में ये प्रोग्राम भी थे और इसी समय एक इंसिडेंट हुआ था ना, इसलिए डीसीपी गिरीश ने कह रहा है कि एफआईआर भी हो रहा है और उसका आदमी का ट्रेस भी हम कर रहा है, इन्वेस्टिगेशन जारी रखी है। और इसका एक प्रोग्राम था ना 2 दिन के प्रोग्राम, उस प्रोग्राम के इंफॉर्मेशन भी सीएम के ऑफिस में आना चाहिए और उन्होंने क्या करने वाला था। और इस बस स्टैंड का नेम कलासीपाಳ್ಯ बस स्टैंड किसी सालों से थे और उसका बस स्टैंड का नाम भी बदला, दोड्डनशेट्टी नाम के नाम उन्होंने चेंज करना चाहते थे। और इसी प्रोग्राम के बीच में एक इंसिडेंट हो रहा है और एक अपरिचित आदमी भी आया था और एक बैग भी छोड़कर उन्होंने गया था और एक सीसीटीवी फुटेज में उस आदमी का चेहरा अभी भी दिख रहा है और उसका सीसीटीवी फुटेज ने पुलिस ने कलेक्ट भी किया है और उन्होंने ट्रेस भी कर रहा है अभिषेक। और इसी बेंगलुरु सिटी पे हमने देखा तो सभी इंफॉर्मेशन हमने देखा तो बॉम्ब की और इस इंसिडेंट्स की हमने देखा तो कई सालों से इसी तरह इंसिडेंट्स हो रहा है। पिछले 2019 पे भी एक मलेश्वरम पे भी बॉम्ब इंसिडेंट्स हुआ था और रामेश्वरम कैफे भी बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हुआ था और सालों से एक बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हो रहा है। और टी नासिर नाम का एक आदमी था और उसका केस में भी पुलिस लोगों ने इन्वॉल्वमेंट किए थे और इसी इन्वॉल्वमेंट के दर्ज में परपना अग्रहार पुलिस थाने का एएसआई भी अरेस्ट हुआ था और सभी डॉक्टर नागराज नाम का एक गवर्नमेंट डॉक्टर और एक एएसआई भी अरेस्ट हुए थे। इस सभी हम केसेस को देखा तो ये इंसिडेंट्स भी उसके हिसाब से हो रहा है और टी नासिर ने भी इसी केसेस में इन्वॉल्वमेंट हो सकती है, इसलिए डीसीपी गिरीश ने इस एक टीम भी फॉर्म की है और इन्वेस्टिगेशन भी जारी रखी है अभिषेक।
All right, a special investigation team formed by the Karnataka police, the ATS at the spot, and this is sensitive now because it seems that just 2 days from now, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah, was to come and inaugurate or start the bus stand with a new name and dedicate a new name to the bus stand where this has happened in Bengaluru city. Arvind is giving us those details. Police is taking the matter very seriously, given the backdrop of the development, which is that this is a place which was to see a visit of the Chief Minister in just a couple of days. Anti-terror squad getting involved, Bengaluru police carrying out its investigation, CCTV footage being looked into, and essentially a special investigation team also formed to check or whether there is any terror link emerging out of this incident of explosives being found at the Kalasipalya bus stand in Bengaluru city. With that, we move on to another very important development, which is that Republic has accessed viewers the charge sheet in the Tahavur Rana case. Remember, the fugitive of law and one of the main accused and conspirators of the 26/11 terror attack was brought to India from the United States a few months back. And now things are moving fast. He has been charge sheeted by the NIA, and the charge sheet nails Pakistan's role in the terror plot to target Mumbai. As per the charge sheet, the planning of 26/11 began in 2005 in Pakistan, and Tahavur Rana even made multiple visits to make sure that the plan is executed as per the design. Tahavur Rana, remember, is a dual national of Canada and the United States, and he was picked up from Canada, was in the custody of Americans, and then has been handed over to India. These are pictures of Tahavur Rana earlier being taken to the Patiala House courts, and he is in the custody of the National Investigation Agency, which has been carrying out a meticulous investigation probe, rather, based on questioning of Rana. And now it seems he has completely implicated Pakistan and spilled the beans on the role Pakistani deep state played in the conspiracy part of the 26/11 terror attack. Tahavur Rana continuing to sing essentially, and we have two reporters joining us live. To Soumya first, and then Shawan also joins us in the newsroom. Soumya, to you first. This whatever elements of charge sheet that you have accessed in the Tahavur Rana case, it's clear that Pakistan's role is strong and emerges very clearly. What all your sources are telling you about how long this questioning of Tahavur Rana is going to continue?
Yes, well, see, first let's make it very clear that here we are talking about the supplementary charge sheet which was filed by NIA earlier this month. Now, there are some very important details that have emerged through this supplementary charge sheet that we have accessed here. It talks about the role of Tahavur Rana, who is being referred to as A2 in this supplementary charge sheet, and talks about his business there that he had set up, and he claimed that it was a legitimate business. However, it was operational for 2 years without any legitimate functioning there, which was a showcase for providing up base for David Coleman Headley, who is another person named in this charge sheet and is being referred to as A1 in this supplementary charge sheet. And it is also disclosed in this charge sheet that he was giving financial assistance and other assistance to David Coleman Headley to plan the 26/11 terror attacks. Now, if we go through deeper in this charge sheet, it has also mentioned that the NIA has requested for MLARs from the United States because Tahavur Rana was in the custody there in the United States of America. So it is being shared by our sources that it is till the time that the NIA gets its response on the queries that it has sent via MLARs to the United States, it is being said that through MLARs they are trying to cross-verify the statements or the disclosures that have been made by Tahavur Rana while he was being interrogated by NIA when he was in their custody. And with that, it is being told most likely the NIA has also sought transcripts of court hearings that had taken place back there in the United States, and also confession of David Coleman Headley. So it can be, we'll have to wait and watch as to how it pans out. But the sources are suggesting that it is the NIA is waiting for MLARs. Once they receive the response to their queries from the United States, it will be all the more easier. With that, they have also revealed that a few new statements by witnesses have also been added to the supplementary charge sheet. Back to you. Okay, it would be interesting to see who these witnesses are. Shawan, this seems like moving in the direction where we can finally put Pakistan on the mat in the eyes of the world with the kind of information that Tahavur Rana is sharing. Can you share with us and the viewers who are these witnesses, new witnesses that have emerged after the interrogation of Tahavur Rana?
Well, the entire focus for the National Investigation Agency as well as the Mumbai Crime Branch was who exactly was actually guiding Tahawur Rana from Pakistan. And the fact that whether at all, apart from Tahawur Rana and David Coleman Headley, was there anyone in Mumbai during that very period who was actually providing further assistance to Tahawur Rana as well as David Coleman Headley. So the witnesses that we are essentially talking about, the new witnesses that the National Investigation has basically identified, is pertaining to those who are helping Tahawur Rana and David Coleman Headley while they were in India. Important to point out here are the following. One, the fact that this was plotted in the year 2005 and thereafter, and the fact that multiple visits that were basically made by David Coleman Headley was in the garb of this particular immigrant law center that had been opened by Tahawur Rana in Tardeo in Mumbai. In fact, this particular organization or this particular corporate office ran for over 2 years, providing a full cover to David Coleman Headley. And apart from that, there were other people who were also associated with it. Now, the biggest revelation would be once the names really come out as to who exactly was the person who was assisting Tahawur Rana while he was in India. And the fact of the matter is that whether at all, at that point in time, the UPA government did actually let one person go from India. If at all, who is this person? Where did this person go? That detailing, those details haven't really emerged at this point in time because that remains a part of the ongoing investigation. So largely, if you see this charge sheet does not really, or at least the parts that we have got our hands on, does not really make a mention of who these witnesses are, because it is important that these witnesses are protected because the investigation is far from over. And from the parts that we have got our hands on, only these are the following items that we've been able to spot. The fact that the planning began in the year 2005. Second, Tahawur Rana had made multiple visits to Pakistan. The co-conspirators who were based out of Pakistan were plotting this from 2005 itself. Thereafter, this opening of this immigrant law center, which happens to be a corporate office of Tahawur Rana, and it was opened in Mumbai, in Tardeo, ran for almost 2 years. During this particular period, multiple visas were actually issued to David Coleman Headley, and not only Mumbai, there were several other cities that he had also visited, and a reconnaissance was done of these following cities. Details of it, data of it was provided to Tahawur Rana, who thereafter made visits to Pakistan. Perhaps geotagging of these very locations were essentially done so that when the terrorists landed in Mumbai, they had specific areas to target, and that all of it now finds a mention in this particular charge sheet that has been filed by the National Investigation Agency.
That's quite some comprehensive detail, Shawan. Hope this helps the courts to come to a conclusion that they can maybe convict the accused and Tahawur Rana, of course, singing like a canary, giving all the details implicating Pakistan. And as we discussed, more significantly, this is for the world community to see how the details of that dastardly terror attack carried out by Lashkar-e-Taiba are emerging now. Thank you so much, Shawan and Somya, with those details on NIA's supplementary charge sheet in the 2611 terror probe following the arrest and interrogation of Tahawur Rana, who was sent in by the United States and handed over to India a few months back. Moving on, let's look at some other stories from across the country in Bharat in 2 minutes.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has embarked on a two-nation tour. His visit to the UK, scheduled from July 23rd to 24th, aims to strengthen bilateral ties between India and the United Kingdom. The highlight of Prime Minister Modi's visit will be the signing of the India-UK FTA, which has been under negotiation for 3 years. This agreement is expected to eliminate tariffs on 99% of Indian exports to the UK and reduce tariffs on 90% of British products.
The India-UK partnership, as you're aware, was upgraded to a comprehensive strategic partnership in 2021, and since then has seen regular high-level political exchanges, and both sides remain committed to taking this partnership to even higher levels.
According to the Ministry of External Affairs, Prime Minister Modi will hold wide-ranging discussions with his UK counterpart on the entire gamut of India-UK bilateral relations. He will hold wide-ranging talks with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer covering trade, defence, climate, innovation and education. He will also meet King Charles III. After the UK visit, Prime Minister Modi will travel to the Maldives between 25th and 26th July. He will be the guest of honour at the Maldives' 60th Independence Day celebrations. The Prime Minister is set to hold talks with President Mohammad Muizzu to strengthen bilateral ties and review progress on the India-Maldives joint vision for a comprehensive economic and maritime security partnership. The visit aims to reset and enhance India-Maldives relations, which has been strained in the recent past.
All right, on that note, we slip into a short break, but coming up on the other side, Gujarat ATS has arrested 4 people associated with Al-Qaeda, and it's going to brief the media shortly. Also, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla meets Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman Harivansh at Parliament. More details on the other side.
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Explosives recovered at a crowded bus stand in Bengaluru. Anti-terror squad at this spot. Gujarat ATS arrests 4 people associated with Al-Qaeda in the Indian subcontinent. Interrogation underway. NIA charge sheet against the Howard Rana Access 2611 attack planning began in 2005. The agency identifies new witnesses. Government sources say it cannot respond on behalf of the Election Commission, and hence there is going to be no debate on the Bihar SIR issue. In Parliament, Lok Sabha Speaker meets Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman Harivansh. The meeting goes on. And fourth aviation incident in 24 hours. Another Air India flight faces technical snag. Air India CEO and DGCA call, or the direct DG of the DGCA called for meeting by Civil Aviation Ministry. Amintra booked for forex violation by ED. Company issues statement says committed to upholding laws of the land. All right, let's begin this bulletin with more developments coming in from Parliament. Home Minister Amit Shah has met Lok Sabha Speaker. Now, this is over the probe panel on Justice Yashwant Verma. Remember, Parliament began its proceedings day before yesterday, and then we had same day evening Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar resigning following a row over whether Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha should be picking up the impeachment motion. And subsequently, we have seen fast-paced developments taking place in Parliament. And now, the Home Minister meeting the Speaker over the issue of Judge Verma probe panel. And let's connect with Harsha on this story. She's bringing us those details from inside Parliament. If you can get her on phone, we'll try and understand what these meetings are about. Hectic parleys taking place inside Parliament. Earlier we had Speaker Om Birla meeting Deputy Chairman, or now the presiding officer of Rajya Sabha, Harivansh. And now we have back-to-back meetings between Home Minister Amit Shah and Speaker Om Birla. In fact, Harsha is joining us live from Vijay Chowk on this. Harsha, what are these meetings about in the Parliament that you are bringing us to?
So, Abhishek, there's a second meeting between Speaker Amit Shah since the time the Parliament has adjourned. Earlier, Kiran Rijiju, Home Minister, Speaker, and Deputy Chairman Harivansh Rai met Speaker over the impeachment panel probe, which has to be formed by the Lok Sabha and Deputy Chairman together. The probe committee will be formed, but there's a second meeting. But this meeting is basically only between HM and Speaker Om Birla, and the impeachment committee has to be, the probe panel has to be formed, and the formulation mulling is going on between the government and the Speaker and the Deputy Chairman, because both the houses together will decide the three-panel committee, which comprises of the CJI of Supreme Court and also High Court judge and also one eminent jurist. The three will be there, but who are going to be there? The names are yet to be decided, because the impeachment signatures which were received against Justice Verma from the Member of Parliament signatures in the both houses happened on the same day. The notice was accepted by the Rajya Sabha Chairman and also by the Lok Sabha Speaker as well, and therefore now government wants to constitute a probe panel within a day or two, and once the probe panel is constituted, the motion is brought, and after that the investigation could begin after the formation of the probe. So the key meeting is underway regarding the probe panel which is to be formed, and also our sources within the government tell us by tomorrow or day after the committee will be formed, and it will be announced in the floor of the House by the Speaker. And also we are getting to know that the 3 months time is there for the investigation to happen and the committee to give the report to the Speaker Om Birla, and after that it's basically is being believed and said by the government sources that by the next session the report will come on the floor of the House. Back to you.
All right, Harsha, stay with us. In fact, we have more developments from inside Parliament. The third day of the Bihar Assembly's monsoon session descended into chaos after an RJD MLA dressed in black to protest the Election Commission's special intensive revision of electoral rolls. And this has been also going on in Bihar Assembly in Patna, in fact, for the last couple of days, with its ricochet in Parliament in New Delhi, where the opposition has been protesting, demanding with adjournment motions a discussion on the Election Commission's comprehensive electoral roll revision. These are pictures from Parliament, in fact, in New Delhi, of the opposition leaders, the MPs protesting. You can see in the pictures the entire ensemble of opposition leadership there in black protesting, and similarly it's mirrored in Patna and in Bihar, where opposition has been trying to continue to disrupt the proceedings, demanding a rollback of electoral roll revision, which and these protests are happening despite the Supreme Court giving a go-ahead for the exercise to go on, which has almost been completed, a couple of days left, and in fact the Supreme Court is slated to take up. All right, let's look at some reactions, political reactions that happened through the day in Parliament and Bihar.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट में मामला अध्यक्ष महोदय चल रहा है और कल ही चुनाव आयोग ने एफिडेविट चुनाव आयोग में हलफनामा दिया है 780 पेजों का। उस 780 पेज में कोई विदेशी, नेपाली, बांग्लादेशी, म्यांमार घुसपैठिए का कहीं भी जिक्र नहीं है, कहीं भी जिक्र नहीं है। तो आप जब इलेक्शन कमीशन नहीं मान रहा है, जब इलेक्शन कमीशन नहीं मान रहा है कि कोई घुसपैठिया नहीं है, कोई भी, अरे भाई सुन लो ना,
आप अपनी बात कहिए ना, अपनी बात कहिए।
कोई बाहर वही विदेशी के वोट से नरेंद्र मोदी प्रधानमंत्री बन गए, वही विदेशी वोट से नरेंद्र मोदी जी प्रधानमंत्री बन गए। अब तू चुनाव जीत गए।
नेता विरोधी दल इधर देख के बात करिए ना, इधर देख के बोलिए, बोलिए इधर देख के, उधर क्यों देखते हैं आप? इधर देखो यार, इधर क्या देखो। बैठिए बैठिए प्रेम जी, बैठिए, बैठे बैठे मत बोलिए, बैठ जाइए। आप भी बैठे बैठे मत बोलिए, बोलिए।
फरवरी एक
नेता बोल रहे हैं, आपके नेता।
एक मिनट अध्यक्ष महोदय, अभी दूध का दूध, पानी का पानी हम कर देते हैं। अभी सुनो भाई, बीजेपी के 52,986 पंजीकृत बीएलए ने कभी भी विदेशी नागरिकों के मामले चुनाव आयोग के सामने नहीं उठाए।
7 दिन के अंदर अगर मुख्यमंत्री ने, इस सरकार ने, जो अभी मुख्य सचिव ने उनके बिहाफ में कहा है, अगर वो बात उन पर उन्होंने सकारात्मक कार्रवाई नहीं की, यहाँ पर जो 94 लाख लोग जिनको 2 लाख रुपया देने का वादा किया है, उस पर जवाब नहीं दिया। जो दलितों को 2 डिसमिल जमीन, 3 डिसमिल जमीन मिलनी थी, उस पर कार्रवाई नहीं हुई। जो भ्रष्टाचार हो रहा है जमीन के दाखिल खारिज के नाम पर, जो अपराध हो रहा है, उस पर अगर उन्होंने जवाब नहीं दिया, तो 7 दिन के बाद जन सुराज वो दिन घोषित करेगा जिस दिन हम लोग अने मार्ग में मुख्यमंत्री को घेर देंगे, उनको धरना देकर वहीं पर उन्हीं के घर में घेर देंगे।
Staying on Bihar, and Jan Suraj chief Prashant Kishore, whom you just heard, had a scuffle with Bihar police while marching towards the assembly building in Patna. Let's have a look.
High voltage drama unfolded in Patna as scuffle broke out between Jan Suraj founder Prashant Kishore and the Bihar police as he marched towards the Bihar assembly. The march was organized over 3 major demands: Rs 2 lakh employment assistance to poor families, 3 decimal lands for the landless families, and an end to corruption in land surveys. The situation escalated into a scuffle between police forces and Jan Suraj workers. Police lathi-charged Prashant Kishore, who led the protest personally. Kishore accused the Nitish Kumar government of ignoring public grievance and suppressing democratic dissent. Kishore also criticized Bihar's law and order and took a dig at the Bihar police, accusing them of collusion with illegal mafias.
All right, some news from Noida in Uttar Pradesh, where its STF busted an illegal embassy operating out of Ghaziabad and arrested Harshvardhan Jain, son of J.D. Jain, resident of KB45 Kavinagar in the city. Several items recovered, including fake number plates of vehicles showing them as diplomatic cars, 12 diplomatic passports, and cash worth rupees 44 lakhs. A veritable embassy being run from Ghaziabad for some African nations. Here are the details.
मैंने देखा है यहाँ कम से कम 5-6 गाड़ियाँ इस मकान के आगे और उनके ऊपर ब्लू कलर का फ्लैग लगा हुआ था और ऐसा लगता था कि जैसे कोई इंस्टीट्यूशन का हो या कैसा हो। तो ये तो हम काफ़ी टाइम से देख रहे थे, यहाँ पे काफ़ी गाड़ियाँ यहाँ पे खड़ी हो रहती थी इस मकान के आगे, लेकिन आवागमन लोगों का या इसमें आना जाना जो है वो इतना हमने नहीं ऑब्ज़र्व किया कि कोई लोग आ रहे हैं जा रहे हैं। लेकिन हमने गाड़ियाँ बहुत खड़ी देखी थी यहाँ पे 5-6 गाड़ियाँ और उनके ऊपर एक फ्लैग और उनका नंबर भी अजीब सा था, जैसे कोई आरटीओ जैसे गाज़ियाबाद का है या किसी उसका है, तो वो ऐसा लगता था जैसे कहीं बाहर का नंबर है या कुछ ऐसा नंबर है।
कितने साल से आपने कभी नोटिस किया कि कितने साल से ये सारी चीज़ें स्टार्ट हुई, कब से काज थे?
काफ़ी टाइम से मैं ये ऑब्ज़र्व कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरा रेजिडेंस पास में ही है और मैं यहाँ से निकलता बढ़ता देखता था, तो हमको भी ऐसा लग रहा था कि जैसे कोई फॉरेनर शायद यहाँ आए हुए होंगे या रहते होंगे, ये उनकी गाड़ियाँ होंगी। लेकिन ऐसा कभी ऑब्ज़र्व नहीं हुआ कि भाई ये कोई ऐसा एम्बेसी का भी मामला हो सकता है, जैसे अब सुनने में आया है कि भाई यहाँ कोई एम्बेसी चल रही थी। लेकिन ये हमें सडनली जो है ये पता चला कि भाई यहाँ पर ऐसा हो रहा है, तो ये काफ़ी टाइम से था, मैंने देखा है, ऑब्ज़र्व किया है मैंने यहाँ।
ये फैमिली मेंबर्स को जानते हैं आप? कितने फैमिली मेंबर्स रहते थे इधर?
ये एक्चुअली क्या है, ये बड़ी कोठियाँ हैं, यहाँ पे सब लोग रिजर्व रहते हैं और कोई फैमिली मेंबर्स हो तो हम किसी से परिचित नहीं है और ना ही है कहते हैं ये।
और पुलिस स्टेशन भी काफ़ी पास में है, तो कभी क्या ये कभी पुलिस को और इन लोगों को कभी ये नहीं हुआ कि यहाँ पे ऐसी इन नंबर प्लेट्स की गाड़ियाँ क्या करी है?
नगर जो है पुलिस चौकी पास में ही है, यहाँ से मेरे हार्डली 500 मीटर 600 मीटर दूरी पर पुलिस चौकी है और एक बहुत ही स्कूल भी पास है यहाँ पर, केडीवी स्कूल है यहाँ पास में ही है और काफ़ी प्रोमिनेंट लोग रहते हैं यहाँ इस इलाके में, तो लेकिन कैसे जो है ये नहीं समझ में आया।
यूपी के गाजियाबाद में फर्जी दूतावास चलाने वाले हर्षवर्धन जैन को यूपी एसटीएफ ने गिरफ्तार किया। एसटीएफ ने जब हर्षवर्धन जैन की गिरफ्तारी की और गाजियाबाद में जो फर्जी दूतावास बनाया गया था उस दफ्तर में पहुंची तो घर के बाहर लग्जरी गाड़ियों का एक तरीके से जखीरा खड़ा मिला। ये काले रंग की गाड़ी आप देख रहे हैं, मर्सिडीज गाड़ी है, लेकिन अमूमन जिस दूतावास में गाड़ियों का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है, झंडे लगे होते हैं, नीले रंग की जो नंबर प्लेट होती है, संभवतः वैसी ही तस्वीर आपको इस गाड़ी में भी नजर आएगी। सबसे पहले गाड़ी के फ्रंट पे आप देखेंगे झंडा जो कि किसी देश का झंडा होता है उस तरीके से यहाँ पर लगाया गया। लेकिन गौर करने वाली बात यह कि इस काले रंग की मर्सिडीज गाड़ी में जो नंबर प्लेट लगाई गई है वो अमूमन एम्बेसीज की गाड़ी में जो नीले रंग की नंबर प्लेट होती है हूबहू उसी तरीके से है। और इस नंबर प्लेट पर आप देखेंगे हॉनररी काउंसिल बैरोन वेस्ट आर्टिका जो एक कंट्री का नाम है उसका नाम यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है। लोगो आप उस देश का यहाँ पर आपको लगा हुआ नजर आ जाएगा और इस नंबर पर नजर डालिए DL3CAJ 6960, तो ये नंबर प्लेट आपको इस तरीके से लगी है। लेकिन ठीक इसी नीले रंग की नंबर प्लेट के नीचे आप एक सफेद रंग की नंबर प्लेट देखेंगे, उसमें CDI03 जो कि एम्बेसीज की गाड़ी में छोटे नंबरों का इस्तेमाल होता है, तो वो नंबर आपको यहाँ पर नजर आ जाएगा। और ये काले रंग की गाड़ी का इस्तेमाल इसलिए किया जाता था ताकि कोई भी शख्स जब गाजियाबाद के इस दूतावास में पहुंचे जो कि नकली दूतावास तैयार किया गया था, तो उस पर भरोसा जो है वो कायम किया जा सके, उसको लगे कि वाकई इस जगह पर जो दूतावास है वो चल रहा है। सिर्फ एक देश का दूतावास नहीं, इसी तरीके से 3 से 4 अलग अलग देशों के दूतावास किराए के घर में चल रहे थे और हर्षवर्धन जैन उसको चला रहा था।
All right, moving on from that daring act by this man acting as consul and ambassador for a couple of African countries, perhaps one of them does not even exist, to Gujarat, where we are getting in visuals of the 4 terrorists nabbed by the ATS there. And the Gujarat AT has arrested these 4 people associated with the Al-Qaeda network in the Indian subcontinent, AQIS as it is called. And according to initial probe, they came into Al-Qaeda recently and were fanatics, and they were moving in the direction of turning even more radical. And the agencies were tracking this module. And as per reports, the accused were adding people to extremist groups via social media. The Gujarat ATS team has recovered incriminating chats and other material. Let's go to Gopi Shah, our correspondent, and understand what's happening. Gopi, I believe in a bit the Gujarat ATS will carry out a press conference. We are getting first pictures from where these people, this gang or this ring of Al-Qaeda have been picked up, and what has police to say about what they were planning to do?
Well, it is in fact a major breakthrough for the Gujarat ATS, and let's tell our viewers that out of the 4 individuals who have been nabbed by Gujarat ATS, 2 are each from Delhi and Uttar Pradesh, while other 2 are from Ahmedabad and Modasa. Now, to go into the details of these 4 individuals, all 4 were connected to Al-Qaeda's radical ideology, and they were actively engaged in promoting it through social media platforms. While there have been chats which have been recovered, incriminating chats which have been recovered by Gujarat ATS from these platforms, and as we speak, the press conference at Gandhinagar is underway. More information will be coming out after the press conference gets over. But following a sustained surveillance, the Gujarat ATS launched an operation, and they have successfully apprehended these 4 terrorists today. While also sources in Gujarat ATS are saying that they have been in touch with Al-Qaeda's network for quite some time, and they reportedly joined online groups and maintained regular communication with the handlers, sharing and spreading extremist views. This is what we are learning from our sources in Gujarat ATS. But as we speak, the press conference is ongoing in Gujarat ATS Gandhinagar. We will have to see what emerges after that press conference. Back to you.
Right, Gopi. Thank you so much with those details. We have these early pictures exclusive to Republic TV of this AQIS module with its operatives having been nabbed by the Gujarat police a while back. The ATS, in fact, is going to address pressure in a while. We'll go back to it when we get it. Let's look at some other stories in Bharat in 1 minute. 1 minute.
Bharat 1 minute brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
The Supreme Court will form a special bench to hear Justice Yashwant Verma's challenge against panel that indicted him after a large cash recovery at his home. Senior advocate Kapil Sibal, appearing for Justice Verma, sought an urgent hearing of the matter. Justice Verma denies wrongdoing and calls the case a conspiracy. In the Ajit Kumar custodial death case, a doctor from Thirupuvanam Government Hospital was today summoned by the CBI in Madurai for questioning as the central agency intensified its probe. Earlier on Tuesday, the Madras High Court ordered the Tamil Nadu government to pay Rs 25 lakhs as interim compensation to Ajit's family. The Ministry of Home Affairs will move out of Delhi's iconic North Block as part of the Central Vista revamp. It will shift to a new common Central Secretariat building with over 300 rooms are located. Once vacated, North and South blocks will be converted into national museums under the Yuge Yugin Bharat project. All right, from Delhi to Agra, where 3 more arrests have been made in the conversion racket case that was unraveled by the UP police yesterday. Total of 14 accused arrested so far. This after the arrest of mastermind Abdul Rahman from Mustafabad. The 3 arrested accused used to trap the girls in a love trap and then bring them to Abdul Rahman. Rahman, in turn, along with Kaleem Siddiqui, was arrested in 2021, used to forcefully convert the girls and get them married. The 2 cartons of religious books containing suspicious data have been recovered from them, and investigation is ongoing. This is a continuing investigation going back to 2021, but fresh arrests being made yesterday and today.
आगरा धर्मांतरण मामले में मुख्य आरोपी अब्दुल रहमान को लेकर पुलिस जो है वो कोर्ट पहुंची है और आप देखेंगे कड़ी सुरक्षा के बीच में अब्दुल रहमान और बीच में आप देखेंगे कि फेस कवर उसने किया हुआ है। हालांकि पुलिस ने दोनों तरफ से इसको कवर किया गया है और अब अब्दुल रहमान को कोर्ट में पेश किया जा रहा है और संभवतः मैक्सिमम डेज की कस्टडी रिमांड मांगी जाएगी। इससे पहले जो 10 लोग गिरफ्तार किए गए थे उन सभी को 10 दिन की पुलिस कस्टडी में भेजा गया था और अब्दुल रहमान की गिरफ्तारी दिल्ली से की गई। अब्दुल रहमान इस कदर भी महत्वपूर्ण है क्योंकि पूरी साजिश कॉन्स्पिरेसी अब्दुल रहमान ने रची थी और उसी कॉन्स्पिरेसी को साबित करने के लिए, सबूत इकट्ठा करने के लिए पुलिस जो है वो कस्टडी मांगेगी और आप तस्वीरें साफ तौर पर देख रहे हैं कि अब्दुल रहमान को अब यहाँ से निकाला जाएगा और कोर्ट में संभवतः अब्दुल रहमान की जो पेशी है वो यहाँ पर की जाएगी। तो कहीं ना कहीं अब्दुल
आप थोड़े पीछे
धर्मांतरण का रैकेट चलाने वाला अब्दुल, देखिए अब वो अंदर कोर्ट में उसको यहाँ से ले जाया जा रहा है और कहीं ना कहीं जिस तरीके से धर्मांतरण कराया जा रहा था उसको लेकर तमाम जो बातें हैं वो अब कोर्ट में रखी जाएगी, सबूत रखे जाएंगे और उसी आधार पर आगे जो कार्रवाई है वो संभवतः अब इस पूरे मामले में जो है वो की जाएगी। मैक्सिमम डेज की जो कस्टडी है वो पुलिस के द्वारा मांगी जाएगी।
All right, moving on. Air India officials, including CEO Campbell Wilson, are set to hold a crucial meeting with the Ministry of Civil Aviation officials later in the day. This meeting is set to take place at around 7 p.m. and will take into account multiple cases of technical snags that have been reported over the past 1 month in Air India flights. And it seems that the Ministry of Civil Aviation is concerned that these keep happening with such regularity despite the tightening of measures on both the sides between the DGCA and the airline in the aftermath of the Air India AI-171 crash in Ahmedabad last month. And now it seems the Ministry of Civil Aviation has taken things into its own hands. In fact, along with the airline management and staff, the DGCA, its Director General, the Director General of Civil Aviation, would also be present in the meeting that's taking place later in the day at around 7 p.m. in New Delhi. We have seen back-to-back incidents happening. Almost every day, one incident or the other involving Air India flights and technical snags, from engine issues to flight safety deficiencies and mid-air faults, landing faults, takeoff faults, and even damage to the aircrafts while maneuvering. All right, moving on. United States President Donald Trump has announced trade deals with Japan and the Philippines and Indonesia, setting tariffs on goods imported from these countries. The deals come ahead of an August 1 deadline for countries to reach trade agreements with the United States, after which higher tariff rates may be imposed. Here are the details.
United States President Donald Trump announced that he had made the largest deal ever with Japan that involves reciprocal tariffs of 15% on the country's export to the United States.
I said to the Japanese trade representatives, and these were the top people, we concluded the one deal, Doug, and now we're going to conclude another one because they're forming a joint venture with us in Alaska, as you know, for the LNG. So I said we'll all do that together with Chris. Is Chris here? I don't know. Chris, right? If you could set that up, Doug, it would be great. But they're all set to make that deal now, so I think it's good. This was really the one they had to make, and we're going to make a deal with Japan on the LNG in Alaska, right? Okay, thank you very much.
In his tariff letter that was sent out to Japan earlier this month, Donald Trump had threatened 25% tariff on the country's exports to the United States from August 1st. That is 1 percentage point higher from the 24% rate announced during his April 2nd Liberation Day tariffs. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump also announced trade agreements with the Philippines and Indonesia, with both countries facing a 19% tariff rate on goods imported into the United States.
We're going to end up in a few months, we'll have more ammunition than any country has ever had. We're going to have more missiles than any country has ever had. We're going to have all the speedy missiles. We'll have the speedy ones, the slow ones, the accurate ones, the ones that are slightly less accurate. We have everything. But we will have more ammunition than any country has ever had. It's very important to me.
The agreements mark significant breakthrough in trade negotiations, with Donald Trump stating that the deals are a huge win for American industries and workers.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH।
Excited to be part of Republic's AI Summit happening on 25th July, where we'll be discussing India's AI leap, the impact, innovation, and the leap that India is going to take in AI in the future.
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Jack Oliver's studio. Stay tuned for all the breaking news and updates. I am Tanisha Avasthi. Let's get started.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
6 stories at 6 with me, Akanksha Khajuria, and this evening we are keeping our focus on the sudden resignation of Jagdeep Dhankar and a Congress link that has now emerged. Next, once again, the business could not be conducted in the parliament today, as well as the opposition leaders continued to stall the proceeding just like yesterday and the day before that, with slogans and placards in their hand. And then on to the Air India repeated technical snags, 4 incidents and in 3 days that have come to the fore, and now Air India CEO has been summoned. In fact, just in some time, he will be appearing before the Ministry of Civil Aviation. A fake embassy that has been busted in Ghaziabad in Uttar Pradesh. Man running the scam was in fact running it from a rented accommodation there. Then on to the Samajwadi Party meeting in fact mosque that has sparked a massive controversy, with BJP seeking apology. We'll tell you what it is all about. And finally, in UP, another conversion racket has been busted by the police. These are all the 6 stories that we are tracking for you this evening. Let's get started. Well, soon after the sudden resignation of Jagdeep Dhankar, there are multiple claims that have come to the fore over a possible link between him and the Congress party. It all started with a mysterious call between Dhankar and the Congress party, and there have been a flurry of meetings between him and the opposition leaders, is what we are learning, in the last 2 months. Now, all this happened when he was serving as the vice president of the country, and now with his resignation, several questions are being raised on the relationship between the executive and the Parliament. All right, so let us now tell you why the claims are coming for why Dhankar is opposition magnet. First up, there was a mysterious call, as we told you, between Jagdeep Dhankar and Jairam Ramesh. Remember, he is Congress Rajya Sabha MP. Flurry of meetings with the opposition leaders in the last 2 months, and probably the Bharatiya Janata Party was keeping an eye on it. In fact, open declaration of war against government on the farmer issue, and he was quite vocal when it came to that. He was closely calibrated with the opposition to subvert the government's impeachment plan as far as Justice Verma is concerned. A main point that has come to the fore that led to the resignation is what we are learning. He met opposition leaders privately and openly defied the government's effort, and this is in fact all the claims that have come in the last 24 hours as far as his resignation is concerned. Pre-back, that is Business Advisory Committee meeting protocol by allowing Mallikarjun Kharge to speak first in Rajya Sabha. So this is as far as the entire saga is concerned. And before his surprise resignation, former Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar made a visit to Rashtrapati Bhavan. He met with President Draupadi Murmu around 9 o'clock on Monday, is what we're learning. He handed over his resignation to her, and half an hour later, he made the resignation letter public on social media. So this is as far as the saga of his resignation is concerned. Let me go across to my colleague Harsha, who's been tracking this story very closely. Harsha, now Jagdeep Dhankar and the Congress party link is emerging. What are your sources telling you about this?
Yes, Akanksha, you rightly pointed out these are not mere just speculation and several permutation and combination, but it actually has happened in the span of 2 months. If I tell you, just 1 week before monsoon session, former VP Jagdeep Dhankar had met Mallikarjun Kharge, who is the LOP of the Rajya Sabha. Not only this, just a day before monsoon session, there was a meeting, a closed-door meeting between former VP and Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal. So he has, yes, met in past 2 months several opposition leaders, and the sources tell us that the statements and the mentioning which was made by former VP in those meetings was something which has fueled the uproar. And also it is being said that it was not just only impeachment notice signatures by the opposition party leaders which he announced without even discussing with the treasury bench and without even informing the government, like the process which happened in Lok Sabha. Simultaneous process was not followed in Rajya Sabha by the former VP. This is not just one incident, but yes, his links with opposition party, and not just Congress but the other opposition party as well. What led to that phone call between Jairam Ramesh and former VP at around 7:30 p.m. in the evening on day 1 of the monsoon session? No one knows exactly what was the chat between the two of them. And also, as soon as the day 1 of the monsoon session winded up, it got adjourned. The second day, without even without even following the protocol, immediately Mallikarjun Kharge was given the first chance by former VP to speak. So that is against the protocol. So several things were there, several permutation and combination were there, which led to this speculation which is now going round in the political corridor.
Absolutely. Questions are being raised on the frequent calls and the flurry of meetings that many claim happened between Dhankar and the Congress party. Thank you so much, Harsha, for all the details. We'll keep coming back to you for more on this. Now, today was the day 3 of the Parliament session, and once again, business could not be conducted today as the proceedings descended into complete chaos as the protests erupted over the Election Commission's special revision of electoral rolls in the state of Bihar. Now, within minutes of assembling, both the houses were in turmoil. MPs were storming the well, they were holding placards, they were shouting slogans, and that is what we saw in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha was adjourned just few minutes after it started, and the same was the scene with Rajya Sabha as well, even though the government has said that they will hold discussion on the issue as well. As far as the SIR Bihar survey is concerned, the Congress-led opposition is not ready to back down at all, and mired in this deadlock was the sports governance bill, which was all slated to be tabled in the Parliament today, but no business could be conducted at all. There on the screen, you can see how the opposition parties, in fact, did the protest just outside the Parliament and inside as well. Listen in.
You all are stating that it is the MHA's prerogative and not the ECI. Why so?
See, what we are seeing in Bihar is going to spread across states. That if you are a BJP sympathizer, you will be allowed to vote. And if you have voted against the BJP in the past, your vote would be stolen. This vote bandi, this vote fascism, we are protesting against. And we want the Prime Minister and Home Minister, who have a special role in the appointment of Chief Election Commissioners and Election Commissioners, for them to be present. The government must specify inside the House on which date they will take up SIR, on which date they will take up Pahalgam for discussion.
I fail to understand why this deadlock is prevailing. If now government is ready, on the floor of the House, if Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju ji, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh ji, MOS Mr. Arjuna Meghwal ji has categorically said that now if any resolutions, either any subject will bring to the notice Honorable Speaker and Business Advisory Committee under rules, it will decide. So now government is ready to respond. Government is ready to reply on any discussions. Now it is only to Speaker. But why they are just playing play cards? They are only disrupting from last 3 days without any issue, without any agenda. So I think that they don't have any agenda. So now they are trying to set only agenda for the Bihar elections.
मेरी समझ में नहीं आता कि ऑपोजिशन चाहता क्या है। आप जब बार बार शिकायत करते हैं, क्या ये बात सही नहीं है कि लोकसभा चुनाव के बाद आप ही लोग गए थे चुनाव आयोग के पास शिकायत करने? महाराष्ट्र चुनाव को अभी तक ये लोग गिनाते रहते हैं कि किस तरीके से वहां पे वोटर लिस्ट के साथ धांधली की गई, ड्यूप्लीकेसी ऑफ द वोट का बार बार ये लोग जिक्र करते हैं। तो जब आपकी ये शिकायत रही है और उस शिकायत को मानते हुए चुनाव आयोग ने इस प्रक्रिया का इस्तेमाल किया है, जहां पे एक इंटेंसिव रिव्यू किया जा रहा है, जिसके माध्यम से इस बात को सुनिश्चित किया जाए कि जो वोटर है, जो अधिकृत व्यक्ति है, सिर्फ वही मतदान का इस्तेमाल करे, ना कि कोई घुसपैठिया या कोई दूसरा व्यक्ति आके। और कई बार ये भी देखा गया कि वोटर लिस्ट में धांधली इस तरीके से भी होती है कि जो व्यक्ति मर गया होता है उसके नाम पे वोट चल रहा होता है। तो इन सारी चीजों को रेक्टिफाई करने के लिए ये रिव्यू जरूरी है। और ऐसा तो नहीं है कि पहली बार ये किया जा रहा है, आजादी के बाद 4 बार ये हो चुका है।
And now shifting our focus, trouble is mounting for Air India. In just the last 3 days, 4 flights have been reported. They've reported technical snags and once again raising serious safety questions as well, from a skidding off a runway to a fire in the aircraft. Passengers have faced, in fact, several scares in the last few days. And in that backdrop, what we're learning that in just some time, Air India CEO Campbell Wilson will be, in fact, going to the Civil Aviation Ministry. He's been summoned by the ministry as far as these technical snags are concerned. A crucial meeting will take place in few minutes from now. We're learning that at 7 o'clock this meeting will take place. The government wants answer and accountability from Air India. All right, as in the last 3 days, we have told you 4 incidents have taken place. Let's take you through the incidents one by one. The first incident, in fact, took place as far as the Air India Kochi Mumbai AI 2744 is concerned. There were 136 passengers on board as far as this flight is concerned. It skidded off the runway during landing in rain, and in fact 3 tires burst, engine cowling was damaged, and a lot of people got scared, and very concerning visuals had come to the fore as far as this is concerned. Incident number 2, Delhi-Calcutta AI 2403, takeoff aborted at 155 km/h due to technical snag. Another technical snag that has come to the fore as far as incident 2 is concerned. This was a Calcutta-bound flight that stopped on the runway, and this in fact scared a lot of people as well. Incident 3 is this Delhi-bound flight, Hong Kong-Delhi AI 315, 170 passengers on board, and we're learning that there was in the fire in the auxiliary power unit after landing, and again very concerning visuals that had come to the fore as far as this case is concerned. All the passengers were safely evacuated. And incident number 4, in the last 3 days, this is Calicut Doha Air India Express, and this is the incident that has come in today. We're learning that there were 176 passengers were on board, and these incidents have come in the last 3 days. Now let me go across to Captain Surjit Panesar, who joins us live on the broadcast. Captain, tell us, how do you look at these, in fact, harrowing visuals that we've been showing our viewers? 4 incidents in the last 3 days, and this is not normal for any airline to have so many technical snags in just a matter of 3 days. Now, what we're learning is that Air India CEO will go to the Civil Aviation Ministry in some time. He has been summoned as far as these technical snags are concerned. Your first reaction?
Well, ma'am, what we are observing in the last few days, the snags and a lot of delays in the flights and incidents are happening. It's a really matter of great concern. And I'm sure Wilson Campbell, who's a very capable and intelligent person, he has a lot of experience in running the airline. Either he's losing control of his officers. What about maintenance control center, in charge of maintenance control center? Is he sitting in Vatica building, or is he sitting on the tarmac, his officers on the tarmac to monitor day-to-day observation, the engineering? There are 2 departments which are very famous for the point of running safe airline. One is the engineering, the other is the training. These 2 contribute to the safety of an airline. Air India, one of the best airlines in the world. Why is so many snags are coming? Either Mr. Wilson is losing control on his staff, or they are not cooperating with it. He has to find out all these reasons. He should pull up this. Air India, one of the used to be national carrier, today still has the name of India. People in other countries, they love to fly only by Air India. They don't want to choose other airline. So why we are losing faith of those passengers? It is high time you pull up the sock and take care of the safety and engineering. And I feel the DGCA should take action against them in charge of maintenance control center. What maintenance is controlling sitting in the Vatica building? He has to be on the field to monitor everything what is happening. I have come across many pilots who are also not satisfied with day-to-day working of the engineering snags and all that. It is important, Mr. Wilson, please take charge of all these people. Take them for accountability every day. Like Mr. P.C. Sen used to, our earlier MD used to take a meeting of all the directors in the morning from 10 to 10:30 and take their accountability. This is the time which has come before we face any incident. I have heard an old slogan, if any airline thinks flight safety is expensive, try an accident. What have we learned from Ahmedabad? I think my personal humble submission to Wilson Campbell is to pull up his socks and please start taking accountability from all his staff, especially the in charge of maintenance control center, what maintenance he is holding. And the DG should question him also. Why Wilson Campbell only? Why not to call the chief head of the maintenance control center? What control he has got on the maintenance? Is there any shortage of spare parts, shortage of staff? He must come out with all these things to advise Wilson Campbell to take care of the airline safety. It is important, high time, before we lose further confidence of the traveling public in Air India. My personal opinion and humble submission to Wilson Campbell is please take care and take accountability of all the staff who are head of the department, training, safety, engineering. These are the 3 important, and the next is the commercial, right? How they look after the passengers. This is a high time we
Just
should
like
rise
you,
to the
people of the
occasion and
country
take
also
action.
want answer. They want accountability and responsibility from Air India, not a templated statement or any press statement after these technical snags take place. Thank you so much, Captain, for speaking to Republic TV. Now, from that, we are shifting our focus to a bizarre diplomatic scam that has been busted in Ghaziabad in UP. A man posing as an ambassador of a fictional nation like West Arctica and Sarboga was in fact running a fake embassy from a rented house in Ghaziabad. He was using fake diplomatic plates. He was using morphed photo of the top leaders and ran a visa and hawala racket as well. Here's more.
In the heart of Delhi NCR's Ghaziabad, a bizarre diplomatic scam has come to light. A man posed as an ambassador of nations that barely exist on any map. The accused, operating from a rented house, ran so-called embassies of fictitious countries like West Arctica, Saborga, Polvia and Ladonia. He declared himself their official envoy, offering diplomatic perks, immunity and even visa services. Multiple vehicles bore fake diplomatic number plates. Photographs were morphed to show him alongside the Prime Minister and the President, used to build false credibility and influence. Police say the operation was a front for bigger crimes. The accused acted as a middleman, promising foreign job placements in exchange for money. He also ran a hawala racket, using shell companies to launder funds abroad. Investigators say he had links to known controversial figures, Godman Chandraswamy and international arms dealer Adnan Khashoggi. Back in 2011, a case was filed against him for possessing an illegal satellite phone. From fake diplomacy to financial fraud, the Ghaziabad man's web of lies is now unraveling. A full investigation is underway as officials try to trace the extent of his racket and who all were misled by his fake power.
And a political firestorm has erupted over Akhilesh Yadav's visit to mosque near the Parliament of India. Visuals show the Samajwadi Party chief and Dimple Yadav, his wife, were inside that premises of the mosque that is right opposite to the Parliament of India. And the BJP has now launched a sharp attack on the Samajwadi Party, accusing the Samajwadi Party of turning a religious place in a political hub. In fact, BJP Minority Morcha President Jamal Siddiqui claims that mosque was reduced to the unofficial Samajwadi Party office, not just BJP, but what we're learning is that Uttarakhand Waqf chairperson has also attacked the Samajwadi Party, seeking an apology on this matter. Listen in.
जहाँ तक मैं समझता हूँ बात को, आस्था और कोई भी धार्मिक स्थान कभी नकारात्मकता नहीं ला सकता, नेगेटिविटी नहीं ला सकती। पॉजिटिविटी, सकारात्मक होना, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी को चिढ़ाता है। कोई अच्छी बात करोगे आप, जोड़ने की, सम्मान की, व्यवहार की, तो वो चिढ़ते हैं। तो ये नेगेटिविटी है कि हम भाईचारा जोड़ने वाली नेगेटिविटी है। हम लोग जोड़ने की राजनीति करते हैं। लोग साथ आएँ, साथ चलें, एक दूसरे से हम मिलें जुलें, उठे बैठें। भारत की संस्कृति यही है, भारत की पहचान भी यही है। हमारा लोकतंत्र, हमारी धरती एक दूसरे के साथ मिल कर के रही है, इसीलिए मिली जुली संस्कृति सबसे ज़्यादा भारत में दिखाई देती है। ये मिली जुली संस्कृति के खिलाफ भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग हैं।
देखिए, इसकी जितनी निंदा की जाए कम है। समाजवादियों ने क्या मस्जिद पे कब्जा कर लिया है? दिल्ली वक्फ बोर्ड उस मस्जिद का मैनेजमेंट देखती है और जो इमाम हैं वो दिल्ली वक्फ बोर्ड के ज़रिए नियुक्त हैं, लेकिन वो सांसद हो गए। तो सांसद हो गए तो क्या समाजवादियों की मीटिंग होगी मस्जिद के अंदर? कहीं से भी ये स्वीकार नहीं। मस्जिद के अंदर जिस तरह बैठक की है, मस्जिद का भी अपमान किया और मस्जिद को राजनीति का अड्डा बनने नहीं दिया जाएगा। इसके लिए समाजवादियों को माफ़ी मांगनी चाहिए और कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए।
देखिए, समाजवादी पार्टी के एक सांसद धर्मेंद्र यादव जी ने एक एक्स के ऊपर एक पोस्ट की है जिसमें उन्होंने बताया है कि वो एक दूसरे जो रामपुर के सांसद हैं मोहिदुल्लाह नदवी, उनके आवास पर बैठक कर रहे हैं। जब फोटो हम लोगों ने देखा तो हमने देखा ये तो पार्लियामेंट की मस्जिद के अंदर का फोटो है, और पार्लियामेंट की मस्जिद के अंदर जिस तरह से समाजवादी पार्टी के सारे सांसद इकट्ठा होकर बैठे हैं, कार्यकर्ता बैठे हैं, और वहाँ पर एक बैठक चल रही है, वहाँ एक डिस्कशन चल रहा है, तो ये अपने आप में बड़ा शॉकिंग न्यूज़ थी कि क्या अखिलेश यादव ने मस्जिद को अब समाजवादी पार्टी का हेडक्वार्टर बना लिया है क्या मस्जिदों से अब समाजवादी पार्टी राजनीति करने जा रही है क्या उनके तमाम नेता मस्जिदों का इस्तेमाल तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति के लिए कर रहे हैं क्या? ये अपने आप में कई ज्वलंत सवाल सामने खड़े हैं, और एज अ मुस्लिम मुझे लगता है कि ये मस्जिद का अपमान है। मस्जिद खुदा का घर है, उस मस्जिद के अंदर क्या सियासी बातें करने की इजाज़त है?
In Uttar Pradesh, another conversion racket has been busted. Agra police under Operation Asmita has exposed a religious conversion syndicate operating on the ISIS-style pattern, targeting minor girls for conversion through radicalization. And what we're learning so far is that the network used local recruiters to brainwash the Hindu girls using Islamic preaching, YouTube channels, online session, and girls were lured, radicalized, and then trafficked to different states under the fake identities. In fact, as you can see on the visuals, these are the two men who have been arrested as far as this case is concerned. One of them is Abdul Rahim. And this is all we could pack for you in this bulletin of 6 stories at 6. We'll be back tomorrow with more such stories. Till then, keep watching Republic TV.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates: IIT Delhi, IISc Bengaluru, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur, and Amity University.
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना। MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
This is your space, slay it your way.
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूम देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IAHM.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
Welcome back, friends. Parliament is place for politics, but is there a mosque inside Parliament where some politics took place? Indeed, going by pictures in which Akhilesh Yadav can be seen sitting at a mosque, which is said to be in the Parliament complex. BJP has not liked it, asking Akhilesh Yadav what kind of secularism is that. Let's begin with the headlines and we'll come to this story. Explosives recovered at a crowded bus stand in Bengaluru. Anti-terror squad at the spot. Gujarat ATS arrests 4 people associated with Al-Qaeda in the Indian subcontinent. Interrogation underway. NIA charge sheet against the Hawarana excess 26/11 attack planning began in 2005 in Pakistan. NIA identifies new witnesses. Government sources say it cannot respond on behalf of the Election Commission, hence no debate on the Bihar SIR issue in Parliament. Lok Sabha Speaker meets Rajya Sabha Deputy Chairman Harivansh and Home Minister Amit Shah in Parliament. A 4th aviation incident, another Air India flight faces technical snag. Air India CEO and the DG of Directorate General of Civil Aviation called for a meeting by the Civil Aviation Ministry. Myntra booked for forex violation by the ED. Company issues a statement, says committed to upholding laws of the land. All right, let's begin with more details coming in connection with the terror module or the Al-Qaeda module busted by Gujarat police, the anti-terror squad of the police. And they made arrest of these 4 youth from Uttar Pradesh, Delhi and Gujarat. And they are to be produced before a court in a while from now. In fact, we are awaiting a press conference by the Gujarat police. It has got delayed. These 4 are highly radicalized youth. They were being tracked by the sleuths, and when the cops realized that they might be up to some acts, radical acts, that's when, in a major swoop down, arrests have taken place. In fact, the Gujarat police has already addressed the press conference. Let's listen to Gujarat police and then we come to Gopi Shah reporting on that.
गुजरात एटीएस के डीवाईएसपी हर्ष उपाध्याय को पिछले 10 जून को एक इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली थी कि 5 इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट्स हैं जो शरीयत या शहादत, फरदीन 3, मुजाहिद 1, मुजाहिदीन 3, सैफुल्ला मुजाहिद 313। ये जो 5 अकाउंट हैं, ये अलकायदा जो एक प्रोस्क्राइब टेररिस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, इसकी विचारधारा का प्रचार प्रसार देश में कर रहे हैं। बहुत लोगों को धार्मिक आधार पे डेमोक्रेसी के विरुद्ध, भारत के विरुद्ध इनकी उश्केरनीजनक जो साहित्य है वो इन पे बारंबार शेयर कर रहे हैं। इस पर्टिकुलर इनपुट को सीनियर अधिकारियों के साथ शेयर किया गया। एक टेक्निकल टीम का पहले निर्माण किया गया जिसमें एसपी के सिद्धार्थ रहे, डीवाईएसपी हर्ष उपाध्याय, पीआई मनन ओझा, पीआई मृणाल शाह, पीएसआई आरसी वढवाणा, पीएसआई पीआर वसावा, पुलिस कांस्टेबल भरत चौधरी एंड डिम्पलबा वाघेला, ये लोग रहे। इन 5 जो इंस्टा अकाउंट हैं इनको रिजोल्व करवाया गया और इसमें से पता चला कि ये मुजाहिदीन 1 और मुजाहिदीन 3 एक ही आरोपी के द्वारा यूज किया जाता है। टोटल 4 आरोपियों को आइडेंटिफाई किया गया जिसमें फरदीन शेख जो है वो अहमदाबाद का रहने वाला है, मोहम्मद फैक चांदनी चौक दिल्ली का रहने वाला है, जिशान अली नोएडा का रहने वाला है और सैफुल्ला कुरैशी जो है वो मोडासा अरवली का रहने वाला है।
All right, 2 from Gujarat, 1 each from Uttar Pradesh and Delhi. Those are the arrests made by Gujarat police. Gopi joins us for more on this. Gopi, were these radicalized Al-Qaeda operatives close to carrying out some act and the police acted to evade and to stop that from happening?
Well, in fact, just a short while back, Sunil Joshi, the DIG of ATS Gujarat, has revealed certain facts about the preliminary investigation which has been done. Now, in this particular investigation, he has revealed that total 4 were identified, as you've correctly mentioned, 1 each from Delhi and Uttar Pradesh, while 2 from Ahmedabad. They got tip of Fardeen, who is based in Ahmedabad first. While as per Sunil Joshi, he said that a sword was seized from Fardeen's house. While the main accused seems to be Mohammad Faiq, who resides in the Chandni Chowk area of Delhi, where it was found that he was in contact with 2 Pakistani content creators, as per what Sunil Joshi has mentioned in the press conference just a short while back. So these are the details which have emerged. In fact, there were 5 Instagram pages in the name of Mujahideen, Jihadi, and there were other 3 names. And all these 5 pages had activities wherein they were posting polarized content to provoke and divide people. So this is what has emerged. We will have to wait and watch what pans out next. While 2 have already been under the custody, other 2 have been picked today. We will have to see what pans out next. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Gopi, with those details. Highly radicalized youth having diabolical plans, but the module busted by Gujarat ATS. Moving on for now, and Republic has accessed the charge sheet in the Tahawur Rana case, supplementary charge sheet filed by the National Investigation Agency. It nails Pakistan's role in 26/11 terror attack in Mumbai in 2008, and as per the details available, the planning of 26/11 began in 2005 in Pakistan. Tahawur Rana even made multiple visits, and he's now spilling the beans, so to say, and giving more details of the conspiracy part, the planning part, and the execution part of the dastardly terrorist strike in Mumbai that took place then. Soumya joins us live for more details. Soumya, you accessed the supplementary charge sheet. Are we very clear now, after all the investigation and this content coming out of the charge sheet, that Pakistan deep state was meticulously and deeply involved in planning and executing the 26/11 terror attack?
Yes, well, see, you've correctly pointed out this fact, because even in the supplementary charge sheet, it has been very categorically found the mention that the co-conspirators were in Pakistan. They belong to Pakistan. So, of course, it is clear with the information that has emerged from the supplementary charge sheet, which was filed by NIA earlier this month, that this whole planning and plotting of 26/11 attacks had its root in Pakistan. Now, it talks about how the supplementary charge sheet talks about how the planning of the attack began from 2005, 3 years before the attack took place, and also talks about the co-conspirators in whose coordination the Tahir Hussain Rana, who has been referred as A2 in this supplementary charge sheet, along with David Coleman Headley, who finds his reference in the charge sheet as A1. In their coordination, they planned this ghastly terror attack back there in Mumbai, into the 26/11 attacks. So it is clear by this supplementary charge sheet and the informations that have emerged that the roots, the planning and everything was from Pakistan.
All right. Thank you so much, Soumya, with those details. And with that, we move out of terrorist stories and let's look at some other happenings across the country in Bharat in 1 minute.
Bharat 1 Minute brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
The BSF troops in a joint operation with the CIA or counter-intelligence agency in Amritsar apprehended 2 smugglers with 5 pistols, a bike and a mobile phone near Atari Dande Road in Amritsar town. In other operations, BSF intercepted and recovered 2 drones from the border areas of Dhanokala and Kaluwala, with the recoveries of a pistol, 2 magazines and 3 live rounds and 586 grams of heroin. A massive fire broke out at a factory in West Bengal's Chamarel area while workers were on duty. 2 fire engines arrived at the scene and brought the blaze under control. The cause of the fire is yet to be ascertained. Uttar Pradesh police arrested 3 more accused in connection with the conversion racket in Agra. A total of 14 accused have been arrested by the police till now.
Political turmoil on Justice Verma's impeachment. 131 days since fire, still no FIR in Justice Verma case. Is the system attempting to protect Justice Verma? Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
All right, bad weather in Uttarakhand. PAC Jawans saved Indian Kabaddi team player, Asian gold medalist and former Pro Kabaddi captain Deepak Huda from drowning in Haridwar today. Remember, Huda is an Arjuna awardee and he was swept away in the strong current of the Ganga in Haridwar. Then the Jawans of PAC 40th Battalion rescued him, and these pictures are from there. Strong currents in the Ganga in Haridwar, even in the normal times. So this is, of course, monsoon. Moving on. India has officially inducted 3 AH-64E Apache Guardian attack helicopters into the Army Aviation Corps, marking a major leap in offensive air power. Alongside Apaches, India's indigenous light combat helicopter Prachanda plays a critical role in high altitude warfare. Between Apaches and the Prachands, which attack helicopters will win battles at high altitudes? Take a look at this report.
India's recent induction of the AH-64E Apache attack helicopters into its armed forces marks a bold elevation of battlefield capability. These 10-ton American-built platforms, renowned globally for their performance in high-intensity combat, come at a premium of $35 to $40 million per unit and bring continued dependence on foreign systems, training, and long-term support. While this acquisition signals access to top-tier technology, it simultaneously reaffirms India's strategic need for autonomy. Against this backdrop, the HAL Light Combat Helicopter LCH Prachand emerges as India's answer to building self-reliant defense capabilities. This indigenous solution offers a compelling alternative that addresses India's specific operational needs while supporting domestic manufacturing. The Prachand, a 5 to 6 ton helicopter developed by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited (HAL), has seen its initial batches delivered to the Indian Army and Air Force in recent years, with production now scaling to 30 units annually. The Prachand is powered by twin HAL Safran Shakti turboshaft engines, each delivering 1400 shaft horsepower. These engines, derived from the Ardent 1H1 and manufactured under license from Safran, provide the helicopter with a maximum speed of 268 km/h and a service ceiling of 6,500 meters, critical for high-altitude operations. Estimated at $10 to $15 million per unit, the helicopter incorporates over 65% indigenous content, supporting local manufacturing and reducing reliance on external supplies. With plans to produce over 100 units, it offers a practical approach to building a sustainable defense fleet tailored to India's needs. Designed with a focus on high-altitude operations, the Prachand demonstrated its capability during trials in Siachen in 2020, operating effectively up to 6,500 meters. This performance makes it particularly suited for operations in high-altitude regions such as the Himalayas and Siachen, where its lightweight design and altitude capabilities provide distinct operational advantages. The Prachand's weapon configuration centers around a chin-mounted 20mm M621 cannon with 450 rounds, capable of firing high-explosive HE and armor-piercing AP ammunition at 750 rounds per minute. The helicopter can carry up to 500 kg of external stores on 4 hard points. Standard armament includes up to 70mm rocket pods, each containing 19 rockets with various warhead options, including high-explosive HE, anti-personnel AP, and smoke variants. The helicopter has been tested with Helena anti-tank guided missiles derived from the Nag missile system with a range of 7 to 8 kilometers and tandem HET warheads capable of penetrating 1000 millimeters of rolled homogeneous armor. For air-to-air engagement, the Prachand can mount Mistral or similar short-range infrared guided missiles. The weapon management system allows for mixed loadouts depending on mission requirements, with automatic target handoff capabilities between different sensor systems. Initiated in 2006, the project overcame various developmental hurdles to reach its current stage, with recent updates indicating steady progress towards mass production. The development represents the dedication of Indian engineers in creating solutions that address specific operational requirements, particularly in high-altitude environments. The local production base contributes to economic benefits, including job creation and technological growth within India. As production increases, the Prachand is expected to play a consistent role in the nation's defense strategy, supporting operational requirements with a focus on self-reliance. This development aligns with efforts to strengthen India's aerospace capabilities from within. The Prachand stands as a practical addition to India's defense arsenal, contributing to a balanced approach that combines imported expertise with homegrown innovation. As India moves forward, this indigenous helicopter represents both immediate operational capability and long-term strategic autonomy in defense manufacturing.
Pakistan's missile test narrowly misses nuclear power plant. Shaheen 3 missile test fails. Pakistan gets a reality check. Another Chinese missile embarrasses Pakistan. Debating tonight at 8:20 p.m.
All right, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has embarked on a 2-day visit to the United Kingdom. Prime Minister will pay an official visit to the UK from 23rd, that's today, to 24th of July, that's tomorrow. In the second leg of his visit, he will undertake a state visit to Maldives. And Prime Minister also shared an update on social media saying that he is looking forward to talks with Prime Minister Keir Starmer and his meeting with His Majesty King Charles III.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has embarked on a two-nation tour. His visit to the UK, scheduled from July 23rd to 24th, aims to strengthen bilateral ties between India and the United Kingdom. The highlight of Prime Minister Modi's visit will be the signing of the India-UK FTA, which has been under negotiation for 3 years. This agreement is expected to eliminate tariffs on 99% of Indian exports to the UK and reduce tariffs on 90% of British products.
The India-UK partnership, as you're aware, was upgraded to a comprehensive strategic partnership in 2021, and since then has seen regular high-level political exchanges, and both sides remain committed to taking this partnership to even higher levels.
According to the Ministry of External Affairs, Prime Minister Modi will hold wide-ranging discussions with his UK counterpart on the entire gamut of India-UK bilateral relations. He will hold wide-ranging talks with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, covering trade, defence, climate, innovation and education. He will also meet King Charles III. After the UK visit, Prime Minister Modi will travel to the Maldives between 25th and 26th July. He will be the guest of honour at the Maldives' 60th Independence Day celebrations. The Prime Minister is set to hold talks with President Mohammad Muizzu to strengthen bilateral ties and review progress on the India-Maldives joint vision for a comprehensive economic and maritime security partnership. The visit aims to reset and enhance India-Maldives relations, which has been strained in the recent past.
BJP questions Samajwadi Party over political meetings inside mosque. Samajwadi Party denies meeting, says BJP is attempting to mislead. Did Akhilesh hold a political meeting inside mosque? Debating tonight at 8:40 p.m. Indirect political tussle between Dhankar and government. Was Dhankar becoming an opposition magnet? Kong-Dhankar link, alternative power center play. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates: IIT Delhi, IISc Bengaluru, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
Sarah, this is your space, play it your way.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IAHM.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
is Republic Jack Pollywall Studio. Stay tuned for all the breaking news and updates. I'm Akanksha Khajuria. Let's get started.
Sarah, this is your space. Play it your way.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला। भारत की अपनी दुकान, इंडिया सोना, अपने देश का सामान, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना, इंडिया सोना।
इसको घर पे लगाओगे तो शादी का तो पता नहीं, पर घर पक्का नहीं टूटेगा।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
पहाड़ों में एक हाइकिंग स्टिक भी बन सकती है।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
Political turmoil on Justice Verma's impeachment. 131 days since fire, still no FIR in Justice Verma case. Is the system attempting to protect Justice Verma? Debating tonight at 8 p.m. Pakistan's missile test narrowly misses nuclear power plant. Shaheen 3 missile test fails. Pakistan gets a reality check. Another Chinese missile embarrasses Pakistan. Debating tonight at 8:20 p.m. BJP questions Samajwadi Party over political meetings inside mosque. Samajwadi Party denies meeting, says BJP is attempting to mislead. Did Akhilesh hold a political meeting inside mosque? Debating tonight at 8:40 p.m. Indirect political tussle between Dhankar and government. Was Dhankar becoming an opposition magnet? Kong-Dhankar link, alternative power center play. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Thank you for joining us on Republic TV on this is exclusive at 7 p.m. We're coming to you with two big exclusive reports. In about 15 minutes from now, we have the Pawan Kalyan interview, unfiltered. The Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh speaks to Republic TV on the Hindi controversy. He speaks on why there is a need now to change the way we draft our textbooks and what we teach the future generations. But on top of 7 p.m, you would have heard of Chinese EVs trying to make a big entry into India. BYD. BYD is called Build Your Dreams, but is it breaching your data? We have an exclusive story from Israel on why Israel is suddenly sounding alarm on Chinese EVs. That and more coming up. Here are the headlines. India's biggest judicial scandal. 131 days since burnt cash was recovered from his residence. There is still no FIR on Yashwant Verma, the judge. Parliament adjourned for a third consecutive day after opposition creates a ruckus over electoral roll revision in Bihar. Deadlock, protests continue. Israeli Defense Ministry flags Chinese EV manufacturing firm BYD, suggests vehicles are being used, could be used for espionage. And it's a Republic super exclusive. Andhra Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan, unfiltered on the language controversy, Operation Sindoor, and also a hint on the role he could play in the upcoming Tamil Nadu elections. For many years, ladies and gentlemen, here in India, we have been wary of Chinese technology, Chinese tech firms, especially, and the threat to national security. Tonight on This Is Exclusive, we have a story of country after country taking steps to shield themselves from Chinese spying tactics. Recently, the Israeli Ministry of Defense has decided to suspend the supply of Chinese electric vehicles, especially from firms like BYD, to IDF officers, defense officers of the Israel Armed Forces. Now, according to reports in the Israeli media, this was reportedly due to concerns over data collection via embedded communication systems and sensors. Israel's move, and let me show you the graphics while I speak over it. Israel's move coming after numerous warnings from Israeli cybersecurity experts who have said that Chinese vehicles could be used as tools for espionage, saying that these cars are sending signals back to China from Israel. And many top Israeli security agencies, officers have warned of potential security concerns over the use of EVs that are manufactured by firms like BYD and other Chinese makers. Israeli government also believing that there is a possibility that Chinese vehicles are collecting sensitive data, transmitting it to China via advanced telecommunication and sensor systems in these vehicles that they manufacture and sell. And Israelis are not the only ones. United States probing BYD. UK, Australia looking at it very closely. We spoke to a top security expert in Israel who has also served in the IDF and confirmed some of these reports. On this edition of This Is Exclusive, we have a special guest joining us on the broadcast. His name is Dr. Harel Menashri, one of the founders of the Shin Bet Cyber Division, presently serving as the head of cyber at the Holon Institute of Technology. He's also a lecturer at the Faculty of Health Sciences at Tel Aviv University and also a research fellow at the International Institute for Counterterrorism. So he has all the details of the threat that some of these Chinese automobile firms pose. Now, point number one, there was a recent report, Dr. Menashri, that Israeli Defense Forces have decided to be wary/dump BYD Atto 3 electric SUV over data transmission to China fears. Now, there was another Israeli report that said China's big brother is watching how Chinese smart devices are spying inside Israel, and it also spoke about IDF Lieutenant Colonels
deciding that they will no longer be driving around in electric BYD auto cars. Now, I want to first understand from you, how real is this threat? I know you're in the middle of a war with many countries. But in the middle of the war, how critical does this input become for Israel?
It's not only for Israel, it's for all the world, in fact, because the Chinese have very wise and sophisticated plans to collect and gather information all over the world, all the time, every day, every hour, in fact. And if you check, you can see that every technology, every Chinese technology that have the ability to connect, it's connect to a governmental server in China and send your data to China. It's in cell phones, it's in communication infrastructures, and in everything, in fact.
Yeah.
So when we are talking about electrical vehicles, you can equate to cell phone on wheels.
Yeah.
It's a computer with wheels, with many sensors. For example, we know that many Chinese cars have more than 5 cameras for the way. It's a circle camera in a very good resolution. Some of them are with 12 cameras. They have a LiDAR sensor with 120 degrees scenes in the front of the vehicle.
Correct.
And they can, in some premium cars, you can find even 3 LiDAR units. And some of them have even millimetric radars with very good resolution in 4 dimensions. And they can mapping all the environment and more cameras for security, for short range. Also, we know that many of them have sonic sensors to hear the voice inside and outside the vehicle, and even biometric sensors that can see and find who is the driver. So if we know this, and we know that the vehicle is already all the time try to connect, and even when you are talking about BYD, one of the commercial here in Israel says that when you, the driver, go to sleep, the vehicle is download the updates, and you can sleep very nice, and the vehicle has uploads by automatically. It's exactly like some burglar, thief will tell you when you go to sleep, put the key to your door outside, and we will use it to break into your home and take everything you have. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
So, and not only this, we know that today most of those electric cars, Chinese car, have a communication that made by Huawei. Huawei is one of the banned list in the United States and other Western countries.
Yeah.
They use today the DeepSeek AI technology.
Correct.
We are we have more than suspicion that it's gather information from the technologies that you use and send it to Chinese authorities. Chinese need the information. They need it.
Correct.
And they gather it and take it. So you have to decide if you want to give them the information or not. And for example, when we are talking about Israel, I put India in the side for only for a minute.
Yeah.
But in Israel, I tell all the time my colleagues, China is very important country. We need to work with Chinese. We need to do business with Chinese because they manufacture almost everything.
Yeah.
And China is really an important country. But we need to see and watch and decide where to put our eggs, when to, how to do the deals with them, because the Chinese have their own interests.
Yeah.
They are not, they don't have the Israeli interest. And of course, when we are talking about India, and we see what happened between India and Pakistan and how Chinese armed the Pakistani Air Force and other Pakistani military units.
Correct.
They have their own interest, and I know that many years China and India have some border issue, and sometimes there are battles between China and India
as well. Correct.
China has their own interests, so you have to decide if to use this technology. The Chinese electric vehicles are very sophisticated. They are very smart. They are very, very good. I can tell you, they have a lot of technology and how do you say? I told you before that I didn't learn English, so I missed many words. But
that's okay. Yeah.
When I see the facilities, I can say that they are in the state of the art of the technology.
And not just that, even America and the US Homeland Security has now begun an investigation into BYD. As recently as in May, the security document, which we have an access to, where questions are asked to the BYD team, the details of which we are bringing to you now, has sparked serious concerns over Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer. The internal letter addressed directly to BYD from the US Homeland Security has exposed what they describe as irresponsible handling of data. Now, according to this document, DHS investigators have identified rogue communication devices embedded within certain Chinese manufactured EV components, sparking fears of covert surveillance or exploitation avenues. So the story certainly is moving fast and gaining momentum. And now to someone who's creating political waves not just in Andhra Pradesh, but across India. He's an actor. He's also the Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh. Pawan Kalyan doesn't pull his punches. And when he spoke to Republic TV, he spoke about different issues. He's an ally of the BJP, and in an exclusive conversation with Republic, he opened up like never before, where he calls for a complete rethink on how our textbooks are structured, what we teach the next generation. He's candid, unapologetic. He spoke to Republic TV's Aneri.
Joining us right now is actor turned politician and now the Andhra Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan with us. Sir, thank you so much for your time and speaking to us on Republic TV. Many raised questions, many of them have been raising this question that the ceasefire which was announced shouldn't have been announced, especially by Donald Trump. Why did he come out and announce the ceasefire, whereas what was the Indian government doing is what the questions are being raised. What do you say?
Definitely, when a war is happening, the major countries, major superpowers will take an interest in it and they have a say in it. To what extent they will monitor, because it is going to affect the world. Too powerful, one powerful nation and one nation so-called assuming that they're having nuclear weapons. What if they do some, because that is fundamentally, it might create a danger for the entire globe. So the concerns will be there, they'll be monitoring it, and definitely no one wants to escalate a war situation. But someone without without the knowledge, if some president of America, if he announces what it has got to do with Modi ji, what it has got to do with the government of India, and still the very clear-cut idea is it is Operation Sindoor is an ongoing operation. As long as the terrorism continues, Operation Sindoor is on. That's what we have achieved our targets. We have achieved our objectives. Whatever the damage had to be done, it had been done, and it is very clear-cut. And right from Ajit Doval ji, everyone is saying, you show us a very simple example, simple photograph where they had done damage to us. If they can't claim it mere by basing on the other governments, opposition is talking, I feel it is quite ridiculous.
Right. So we see that there is a massive uproar that has been going on in Parliament. Just on the day one of the Parliament, we see that the Vice President of India, Jagdeep Dhankar, has resigned citing health issues, whereas we see that opposition party, especially the Congress, has been raising this question that what made him resign, that too on the day of the Parliament session or the monsoon session that began. What do you have to say?
We all know that Dhankarji went into Lohia Hospital complaining of chest pain. I met him personally. He's a very warm person. He's a great intellect, a legal luminary. He's a man of great integrity and intellect, and we need his services. But when health is not permitting him, when he offered to resign, I think where is the need to make this kind of melodrama? And what is the objective? And I don't see, I'm not seeing any other, the kind of reasons what they're trying to portray. I'm not saying it is a simple, I understand his health is not in a good condition, he offered resignation. That's how we look at it.
So there's no need of politics is what you say?
Where is the need to politicalize, to yield a political dividend out of every situation? It becomes too dull and boring.
Right. So talking about the elections coming up, which are in Tamil Nadu 2026, where we will be seeing that you will be one of the star campaigners, especially for the BJP and alliance that the BJP has announced in Tamil Nadu. How do you read the situation there? I
campaign for NDA because that's a part, being a NDA alliance partner. Definitely that's our fundamental responsibility. To campaign for our partners. Even I had done this for Maharashtra, especially in Vidarbha and more or less main core areas, including Pune. So in the same manner, I went to Tamil Nadu. That is more than political. It went for an occasion, a religious occasion, which when I speak quite openly. I say whatever I wanted to say, I say it in a very firm manner and a solid manner. I think that created certain buzz there. I don't know about future whether I would be campaigning there or not. That part we haven't discussed. So till as on now, One Nation, One Election had lent I went and extended my support, and of course for Murugan Manadu I went and supported it. I participated in it. If the elections had come, if they are coming, if elections are about to come and whatever is needed from my side, if the leadership needs it, definitely I'll look into it.
Do you think with the ADMK and BJP going in alliance in Tamil Nadu, will it be a smooth move for BJP and will they be able to make it in power? Because DMK seems to be very strong there.
Because if you look at in the last...
Okay, we have a big breaking news update now coming into our newsrooms. We've had to cut out of that interview because we've accessed show cause notices. Back-to-back show cause notices being issued to Air India from the DGCA. DGCA has issued multiple notices, at least 5 notices issued to Air India from the initial details that we have picked up in the last few minutes. DGCA has issued 5 notices on different issues. Discrepancies have been found in flight operations, crew management by DGCA regarding Air India. Air India has been asked to respond in 15 days to all these show cause notices. We've accessed all the 5 show cause notices. It's a Republic TV exclusive. On the show, we have all the 5 show cause notices. So I'm going to go over the show cause notices one by one. The first show cause notice dated 23rd of July. And Shravan is with me right now. Let me go across to him. Shravan, take us to the show cause notices. Is it over one incident? Back-to-back incidents?
Well, in fact, there are 5 notices that have been issued. We'll try and also go across to Harsha, our aviation correspondent, getting us the details of the DGCA notice. But this is what we know. All these notices have been issued a short while back. They're all dated 23rd of July. The first that we have is with regards to the violations that have taken place just about a few days ago. In fact, they have made a mention of the flight operations that have taken place between on 10th and 11th of April too, with a lapsed competency card. Thereafter, there was another flight on the 16th of May that they are talking about. All of it, remember, they are saying there is a violation under the CAR section 7, under which they have given time to Air India to respond in the next 15 days. Then there is a weekly violation report that has also come in which